To me, just keep an open mind, because we saw that last year. I mean, he's not here anymore, but Maurice French wowed in preseason game in Calgary. Jared Dagey played very well. There's a number of individuals that played well. So let's keep an open mind and see what happens.
Ball's on the tee. Let's see if we can remember how to do this. Let's light this rocket as Dean Faithful kicks off to start the game, and it's going to go to Stearns just inside his 25. He'll get up across the 30, close to the 32, 33-yard line, and that's where the Riders will start their first offensive possession. Trevor Harris is here. Not going to play, though. That opens up the door for four-year man Mason Fine to get the start. Injury limited Fine's play last week. He did play, had no stats, though. Didn't throw a ball in the game, only handed off. He's in a battle with Shea Patterson, who played well last week for the number 2 job in Saskatchewan behind Trevor Harris, who looked good last week as he returned from an injury that ended his season early last year. So it's 1st and 10 for the Riders. They're at the 33-yard line. Mason Fine starts the motion. There's the snap. He'll turn and he'll hand the football up, and it'll go up across the 35 to about the 36 as Elliot Brown gets in there quickly and helps stuff that play. Gain of about 3 or 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 coming up for the Riders.
Well, so important. This area has to be so much better. The run defense. I mean, how many times were the Elks just forced to stay on the field because the running back would gain 6-7 yards at a time or more? They got to find a way to be more stout.
2nd and 7. Fine waits for the snap. There it is. He'll drop back. He wants to throw. He does throw. It is complete to Allison. He's tied up by Kai Gray just across the 40-yard line. That will be close to a first down. I think they might have it, but just, or maybe just not. Yeah, it's going to be just short as they spot the ball just about a yard short. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up for the Riders.
Well, nice job by Frankie Hickson, who's the starting running back. Got a nice block on Reynard Ellis, who's in that middle linebacker today for an injured Niles Morgan. Nice little block that gave Fine the opportunity to get that ball out fast to Allison.
Riders now try to convert on 3rd and 1. Fine stays in. He pushes the ball forward, but man, he got hit hard and pushed back. His helmet rolls out of the pile, and I think the Elks have forced a turnover here. No signal yet from the officials. All the Elks players are saying they have it. All the Riders players are saying first down. And Justin McInnes, I believe, wants the chains to come out.
Turnover.
No, he doesn't. He says it's Edmonton football. So the defense comes up with a big stop on 3rd and short, and the offense is going to work for the first time tonight.
And that's a nice way to start. Be physical on the inside, and just something that just didn't happen enough last year. Nice start for the Edmonton Elks defense.
Well, if you're watching in Toronto, you just saw something very familiar. McLeod Bethel Thompson to Curly Gittins Jr. He'll pick up 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 8. And as Chris Jones told us yesterday, Dave, if we're going to be in 2nd and 2, we're going to bring short yardage in. And if we have to do it twice, we'll do it twice to get what we needed. And It looks like that's what they're going to do here.
He wants a physical tone on short yardage as well, to fire off the ball, bully your way to that first down.
Elks line up to go for it on 2nd and short. They push the ball forward. I'm not sure if it'll be enough. It is Woodrow Trey Lowe III, who's been handling short yardage quarterbacking through practice. And we'll see where they mark this one. They didn't get the first down, though, so...
I don't know if are they saying there's a turnover?
Maybe
here?
There's a turnover. The Riders thought it was 3rd down, or there's a turnover down there, because a lot of them are pointing that the ball's been turned over.
No signal yet.
3rd down, says Justin McInnes. Okay. So they might have lost a little bit there. And that's going to bring Jake Julian out and Boris Speedy out. So.
Okay.
You know what they say early in preseason games? Take the points. It's going to be a field goal attempt for Boris Speedy, one of the biggest name acquisitions that the Elks have made this offseason. This one's going to come from the 41. Had the best year of his career last year. 95% on field goals. His longest was 53. This one's from the 41. Julian to hold. He'll pin the ball. Kick is up for Boris Beattie. 3-0. The Elks lead the Saskatchewan Roughriders here at Commonwealth Stadium. We're 4 minutes in to the preseason. Elks up 3-0. We'll take a break and be back from Commonwealth Stadium. This is your Alberta Ford Dealers Edmonton Elks football on Kissin' Country 103.9. Maybe has an advantage because he went up against Jason Shiver's defense all last year in practice. Of course, Shiver's the DC with the Saskatchewan Roughriders last year. So far he has yet to pay that off because they turned it over on downs in the first series. Here's the handoff to Hickson across the 40 to about the 41. And again, an encouraging stop on defense on a run play by the Edmonton Elks.
Elliott Brown got in there fast, fought off his block, and just shut that run down. Nice job just limiting the gain to 2 yards.
Elliott Brown said this week to me when I said, compare yourself this year to last year. Of course, he came in as a rookie last year. He said, I'm stronger, I'm smarter, and I'm more comfortable with everything around. And he's had a real good camp, and we'll see if he can carry it over into the preseason games and further now. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 now for the Riders. Low snap, but Fine pulls it up. He wants to throw. He does. That's complete. And across the 45 to about the 47-yard line, short of the first down, is the guy who I've been told has been the best receiver in camp for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Keyshawn Johnson. No, not that Keyshawn Johnson.
Nice job by Bynum, Devondrick Bynum, who is playing the strong side halfback position here in the game today. Nice job to stay square and get his mitts on Johnson.
I'm excited for this. Javon Leake waiting for the first punt of the year. It's an end-over-end punt from Korczak. He'll take it just inside the 15. Leake up across the 20 to about the 21. 4 punt return touchdowns last year. He was the CFL's most outstanding special teams player. The Elks scooped him up in free agency, and he's been fun to watch in training camp, Dave.
Yeah, and the fact they're going to use him on offensive sets as well, which is something he is really, really excited about. He and Kevin Brown in the backfield at the same time. That would be a problem for the defense.
McLeod Bethel-Thompson's probably going to go at almost the first half in this game, and this is his second series. They scored 3 on their first. Of course, McLeod Bethel-Thompson back in the CFL after a year in the USFL. He'll swing one out to Kevin Brown on the far side. Brown kind of gets hung up. Did the ball come out there across the 25? And then he's gang tackled as a whole bunch of riders get in there to surround him. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him about 5 on the play.
Well, the one thing you see is McLeod Bethel-Thompson is getting the ball out fast.
2nd and 4, so they're going to give him 6 on the play. Gino Lewis goes out wide to the left side. Flowers wide to the right. It's going back to Kevin Brown, and he'll push his way up close to the 30 and close to the first down, but I think he's going to be about a yard short depending on the spot. And we'll see what Chris Jones is going to do here.
Cole McDonald coming out, who was signed earlier this week. Ex of the Toronto Argos in 21, and in fact played against the Elks during their epic 3-game...
the COVID week, as we call it.
3-game and 7-day road trip. 4 of 8 interception in the game, about 48 yards passing. So
Cole McDonald, big strapping man, goes under center. He looks like he dropped the ball too, but he corralled it, picks it up, and he'll get the first down. So an alert play there by Cole McDonald, and it's going to be a first down for the Edmonton Elks.
Yeah, he picked it up right away, and it's nice when you are as tall as Cole McDonald. Good job to have the presence of mind to pick it up. That was a nice surge, too, up front.
6'4", 220, and he is built. He's a very strong man. Just came into camp this week. Said McLeod Bethel-Thompson has been doing a great job. Who they were teammates in Toronto, has been doing a great job helping him catch up. There's the handoff on the play as MBT's back into the game, and that's going to be maybe 5 yards. So the Elks run game chewing up a little bit of real estate here.
Kevin Brown, second leading rusher from 2023. went through a 6-game stretch where he averaged around over 200 yards a game.
He was ripping for a stretch there. 1,141 yards rushing, another 222 yards through the air. So a great season for Kevin Brown last year. Here's Thompson, McLeod Bethel Thompson. He'll throw, and it is complete, and that is good for a first down. The receiver tumbles into the Saskatchewan bench, but Deontez Alexander gets up and comes back to the huddle with a first down Elks in his pocket.
Well, the one thing I like about that play is Alexander picks up the crosser, and he's being chased immediately by a D lineman, Houston Jr., but instead of bubbling back, he finds a way to just to find the seam where he can kick it up and get the first down. So good patience on that route from Alexander.
McLeod Bethel Thompson drops back and throws, and that's complete across center field, and he goes back to Deontez Alexander, and he gets another first down as the Elks cross center field, and they will keep this drive going with a first down. Alexander played 2 games last year, of course, had the touchdown return on a kickoff in Winnipeg in the final game of the year last year to end the long slump in that department. But he didn't get a chance to catch a ball. He's got that today, and he's got 2 of them, 2 pretty good catches for first downs. Bethel Thompson will roll to the right side. He'll throw. There's another completion. There's another first down, and say hello again to Curly Gittins Jr.
That's the 4th first down on this drive, Morley. And you see this timing offense here. The quick throws out of McLeod Bethel Thompson, the receivers getting to the right spots, and of course the relationship that McLeod Bethel Thompson and Curly Gittins Jr. has, it is locked solid, and you can tell on that play.
They combined for an 1,100-yard season for Gittins in 2022 in Toronto. This is Gittins' 5th year in the CFL, coming off a pretty major hip injury that he needed surgery on that ended his year last year. He's looked good so far. Here's a long one, and it's just past Kyran Moore as that one drops just outside of the end zone, and Bethel Thompson was going for it on that one, and Moore just couldn't get under it.
Yeah, McLeod backed up, and he slapped his hands about 2-3 times, just a little bit off, and Kyran Moore's fast, but not that fast, but he beat the coverage too. Double coverage, he split it. And that's why McLeod Bethel Thompson is like, man, I missed one.
2nd and 10 from the 38 now for the Elks on the Saskatchewan side of center field. Elks have been moving the ball very well so far. Looked like somebody jumped on the Saskatchewan D-line. Might be a free play. No, the whistles blow.
Well,
flags are down.
I thought I saw Hergy Mayala or Malik Flowers cross the line of scrimmage early. That's could be offside.
Offside. Saskatchewan, number 99.
Okay.
5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
I would say they got fortunate. Good eyes.
My eyes are better than yours on that one.
You're in, second preseason game, middle of the preseason, second preseason game form. Good job. There you go.
So it's now 2nd and 5. They move the ball up to the 33-yard line. Flowers goes wide to the right. It'll be Alexander wide to the left. Everybody else will be in motion for MBT as he drops back and throws. That's complete, or is it? I think that one dropped. Yeah, Gittins had it, and as he was going down on the tackle, the ball hit the turf, bounced back up into his arms, but the referee saw it, and that is incomplete. And it'll be Boris Beatty coming out for a 2nd time.
Yeah, again, McLeod getting all kinds of time, and I don't know. Just seemed like Gittins.
I think he kind of was turning before.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe heard the footsteps. But here comes Boris Beatty again.
He hit from 41, so logic tells me he should be able to hit from 40, but we'll see. Luke Burton-Cron is the new long snapper for the Elks. He'll deliver it to Julian, who sets it for Beatty, and he's 2 for 2 as an Elk, and it's a 6-0 lead for the Edmonton Elks over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. We're in quarter number 1. Field goals from New Elk Boris Beatty. We're going to go down the sidelines in just a moment and bring in Gord Hines. But first, it is 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Riders. Mason Fine takes the snap, turns, hands the ball off, and another good stuff by the Elks on a run play as getting in and making the play was that Elks defensive line. Terrific stuff again by the Elks defensively. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first let's go to the sidelines and bring in Gord Hines, who's down there for Heartland Ford, big city inventory, small town pricing. How's it look down there, Gord?
Looking great so far. I think that they're showing a lot of promise and a lot of good play up on the line to start the series.
defensive line has been real solid so far in this game.
Well, I like
no
how
about that.
The linebacker's active as well. I mean, Nick Anderson off of his will linebacker position just shut down that sweep.
Here's Fine in the pocket. He's got some trouble. He'll scramble to the right side, looks downfield, throws. It's complete, close to midfield, and then taken down across the 52-yard line on the play for the Riders. And that'll be good for a first down for Saskatchewan as they'll move the chains. Mitchell Picton with the reception for Saskatchewan.
Nice job, Mason Fine, to stay patient and poised, and that's what you expect. He's in his third season in the CFL. I mean, Elliott Brown is looking to the bench knowing that they kind of missed an opportunity on that rush, and Devodrick Bynum probably didn't have the right angle on Picton, but good job by Mason Fine making that possible by just staying alive in the pocket.
First and 10 from the Saskatchewan 53. Fine pulls it down, hands it off, and then a run up the middle by Hickson.
Elliott Brown again. My goodness.
He gets up and looks back for the sign at the bench. He's got a little swagger. He has. I really liked what I saw from him last year. Then he got hurt. You'll remember he got carted off in a game at Commonwealth last year. Ended up coming back about 3 or 4 weeks later after going on the 6th game. Didn't play as well after that, but he's clearly reset for this season. Second and 8 from the 55, right from the middle of that 75th anniversary logo at center field here for Commonwealth Stadium. There's the snap to Fine. He'll take a short drop. Now he's got some trouble. He'll roll to the right side. He'll throw, and it is complete. It'll be short of a first down. Again, Fine doing a good job with his feet, looking downfield and finding a guy when he's in trouble. That one was Keyshawn Johnson. It's the second or third time tonight. He's kind of had to scramble with some pressure and get the ball off late.
And again, just pressure coming up the middle a little bit, then on the front side, and Mason Fine throwing across his body, but finds Johnson again. And we've seen the last 2 plays, Fine handling the pressure very well. It's what you want to see from a quarterback, not panicking. But unfortunately for the Riders, the drive ends.
I believe that's Joe Couch out there to kick now, and the ball is bobbled, and it's a touchdown, Saskatchewan.
Oh, no. That went right through Javon Leake's hands.
And it is Kosi Onyeka who recovers it. It bounced right into his hands, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And Javon Leake has that one slip through his arms. And in the final minute of the first quarter, the Riders have scored a touchdown on special teams. And if the convert is good, they'll take the lead.
Oh, that's a shocking happening for the most outstanding special teams player in 2023. Just went right through his hands, Morley. I mean, pretty simple. And Onyeka just did a good job of just tracking the ball, and it was easy for him. One bounce in his hands, in for 6.
Converts coming now. Brett Lowther out to kick that. And the old vet puts it up and through. And it's a 7-6 lead for the Saskatchewan Roughriders now. It's been pretty much a dominant first quarter for the Edmonton Elks. Javon Leakes is going to get back on the horse here for the Elks. He stands at his 5-yard line to wait for the kickoff after the touchdown. He just fumbled a punt return that turned into a touchdown for Saskatchewan. We'll see what he does here now. He settles under it at the 10. He gets across the 20, cuts to the middle, the 25, gets tripped up at around the 27, 28-yard line. Let's head down to the sidelines once again for Heartland Ford, Big City Inventory, Small Town Pricing, and bring in Gord Hines. Gord, I want to ask you about the D-line of the Elks tonight. They seem to be stepping up big time.
They are absolutely getting off the ball. The whole front 7 actually is swarming. Looks like they're playing very, very, very well.
Gord Hines down on the sidelines. His first game. We welcome him to the broadcast crew. We'll hear more from him throughout the afternoon. Ball's on the 29-yard line to start this series for the Elks, who now trail 7-6. Bethel Thompson pulls it down, hands it off to Javon Leake, who's now in the backfield. So
pushing
after
and shoving.
fumbling the punt, he's touched the ball twice on 2 plays. And this time he'll get close to a handful, maybe 4 yards.
Looks like Curly Gittins was mixing it up with the Rider defender there. I mean, this happens in training camp sessions. You don't want this to happen in the confines of a game.
Gittins goes out wide to the right side for the Elks. Ball's between the hash marks for the snap. There it is to MBT. He'll drop back, looks, pumps once, throws across the middle, and it is complete. And that'll be good for a first down to the 43-yard line on the play. And that'll be Eugene Lewis making the reception as we come to the end of the first quarter of play. It's a 7-6 lead for the Saskatchewan Roughriders over the Edmonton Elks. It's off to Leak. He's going to get the corner across the 50 to midfield and out of bounds and around the Saskatchewan 54. Nice little giddy up there from Javon Leak.
Well, and look, preseason game or not, it's 7-6 because of a big mistake as he was looking into the sun, and Kosianieka takes it for 2 yards. That time, sheds a tackler and then gets the edge, and you kind of see the speed that he can get to the edge and beat a defender on the angle, and he did it that time, and picks up a first down after a 12-yard gain.
Since he fumbled the football and gave up the TD, he's had a kick return. There's a pass that's complete across the 30 to about the 28-yard line as McLeod Bethel Thompson finds Kyran Moore, and that'll be a first down for the Elks as they move inside the 30. I was going to say Javon Leak's playing angry right now. Since he dropped the football, he has had a nice kickoff return and 2 good runs.
I mean, his spot is safe, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to show, just make up and atone for that error. And the biggest pass play of the game just happened, 25 yards from MBT to Kyran Moore.
Gavin Cobb's in the game now. He'll be in motion in the middle with the 3 other slot backs. There's the pass. That's complete to Gino Lewis across the 20. And the Elks move inside the Conlon Motorsports red zone. Conlon Motorsports, they'll help you get out there. Visit one of Conlon Motorsports' 4 locations across Alberta. Online at conlonmotorsports.ca.
Second reception for Gino Lewis, short yardage unit, I believe, coming in with Lowe now in at quarterback.
So it looks like they're taking turns so far. Lowe had a fumble on his first crack at it. He'll sneak in behind Mark Cordy now to get the football. And a little delayed start, but I think he got the push and will get the first down.
It looks to me like there's a little bit of trouble with the exchange. From Cordy to, we've seen Lowe twice have trouble handling it.
First down.
McDonald has fumbled it and recovered it, but we're seeing a little trouble with the center and quarterback, the exchange on short yardage here, even though, like you say, first down.
Well, Mark Cordy hasn't worked much with the other quarterbacks in training camp, so that's going to obviously change the more they move closer to the season.
I'll tell you what, the O-line's firing off, though. I like that. Big boys up front are doing their job.
First down, Elks. McLeod Bethel Thompson takes the football and hands it off to the left side, and it is carried up just inside the 15-yard line. Kyran Moore will collect about 5, and it's going to be 2nd and 5 now coming up for the Elks. Ball's going to be placed on the 13.
Jarius Jackson loves this play, the jet sweep, or the end around, and it just hasn't worked out very well. But they've been using it a lot in camp, and I mean they feel they can get the blocks necessary, and we know Kyran Moore can hit the edge as well. With
Alexander, Moore, and Cobb will be in motion for the Elks as McLeod Bethel Thompson takes the snap.
Batted down.
That one, somebody got their hand on it, and it bounced incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Alexander. McLeod Bethel Thompson right away over to talk to Deontez Alexander.
And he went to the wrong area.
There might have been a zig instead of a zag.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, that ball was batted down, too. That was a good play up front by the Riders. So the third field goal attempt, I believe, and I think, is that Dean Faithful or is that still Beatty?
Yep, Dean Faithful.
Okay.
Beatty's 2 for 2, so Faithful comes out now to take his first attempt of the year. It's from the 20-yard line, and it is up and through. So the Elks are 3 for 3 on field goals, 2 from Beatty, 1 from Faithful. They've got themselves a 9-7. 3 field goals from the Elks. They lead 9-7 over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Saskatchewan ball, 1st and 10 from the 40. There's the handoff. And look at that again. The Elks defense pushes Hickson back, and big, strong wall. The middle linebacker, once again for the Elks, jumps up into the play. Ellis, and he's had a strong game as well. A couple of times he's been in the backfield pushing guys backwards.
Like Romeo McKnight, who's in the game as well, playing one of the defensive end spots. And played against the Elks as he was a member of the Calgary Stampeders in 22, and he was a problem in every single game he played. I think that's another under-the-radar signing that could maybe pay off for the Elks.
He's got some experience, he's got some size and strength, and he might be indeed a good signing. Here's a pass by Mason Fine, and it is complete. Big gain for Saskatchewan across the Elks 50 to about the 48-yard line. And that'll give them a first down, and it's, I believe that was Geronimo Allison.
Yeah, good time, good protection for Mason Fine, and Allison had enough time to get open and cross the face of Darius Bratton, who's the weak side halfback.
Fine's now 5 for 5 for 52 yards, so he's doing his thing right now. He's under some pressure after Shea Patterson had a good week last week as they battle for that backup position. There's Hickson with the handoff. He tries to go to the left side, and he gets stopped again. He'll get a small gain on the play, maybe 3, but he kind of kicked out to the left side, but the Elks D-line kicked out with him. And we're able to take him down. Ball sits at the 45-yard line now.
Well, if I can sense a bit of an early pattern here, that there was another problem with this defense last year is when you had success on first down and you had held the defense into a position of second and long, and you can let them convert, not let them, but they convert on second down, I mean, that's tough.
It was heartbreaking last year. It seemed all season long for the Elks. There's the snap to Mason Fine on a second and long. We'll see what he comes up with. He rolls to the right side. He's being chased, gets the ball away as he goes down on the play. Great pressure there by the Elks as they again got in deep and got pressure on him and forced him to roll to the right side to get rid of that football.
Well, I liked how you got defenders dropping off too to give Fine no options. Ellis again, who's having himself a good game. You had Marcus Lewis. You had Devodrick Bynum again, Lucius Purefoy in the area.
It was Romeo McKnight who was leading the way, who you just talked about, and he made a play there for sure, and it forces the Riders into a punting situation. And here comes that punt now. Lucius Purefoy has to chase it to the sidelines on the far side. It'll bounce out of bounds at about the 7, so it's going to be a long porch for McLeod Bethel Thompson.
That's
in the
sad,
offense.
because Lucius Purefoy, when I talked to him, was campaigning to be on punt return this game.
He was pretty effective last season in punt returns. He did McLeod Bethel Thompson with a quick strike to the right side to Gavin Cobb. That makes McLeod now 10 for 13 in this game, and for I think about 105 yards now.
Well, I can give you a preview of our post-game show when we talk to McLeod. He's going to say, we left too many points on the field.
Indeed. They got close, 3 field goals. I'm guessing this is probably MBT's final series of this preseason game, but we'll see. He's deep now on 2nd and 5. Has to scramble to the right side, running along his own goal line, then throws deep downfield, and that goes incomplete. Eugene Lewis going up for it for the Elks and trying to come down with it, but couldn't. Morgan Runge was in there, I believe. Check that, make that the other 39 in the game for Saskatchewan. Chauncey Moore going up.
Another great thing about preseason is you have multiple numbers.
Double numbers. I
Double numbers.
3 or 4 pairs in this game.
I was going to say, I think Eugene Lewis just didn't come back to the football. Now, it was a pretty tough throw for McLeod. He had to throw on the run under pressure. But he probably could have come back to the football maybe. But anyway.
Jake Julian waited for that one inside his own end zone. Steps out of the end zone as he punts it away to about the 40, and it's returned to about the 46 or 47-yard line. Man, great work downfield by Jake Taylor, U of A grad, Elks draft pick, and he gets the stuff, and the Riders will start. Considering the ball was kicked from their own end zone, not bad field position. 1st and 10 from their own 49 for the Riders. Mason Fine takes the snap, drops back. He's going deep and looking for Picton down the sidelines. That drops incomplete. Close coverage by the Elks downfield. All right, let's head down to the sidelines now and bring in Gord Hines, brought to you by Heartland 4, Big City Inventory, Small Town Pricing. Gord.
Hey, the Elks started out strong offensively and defensively to start the game, and it looked like it just cooled off a little bit at the start of the second quarter. I think a key going into the third is finding a way to get momentum back to kind of regain the control in this game.
Thanks, Gord. Yeah, that's the thing. Got to keep the pedal to the metal a little bit, and I think maybe that's the toughest thing for everybody involved in a preseason game is to keep the energy up and keep doing what you've been doing. 2nd and 10 now from the 49 for Mason Fine. He'll throw, got the easy out to the near side, and lunging towards the first down was the receiver on the play. And that will be a first down.
Yeah, Mason Fine, I think he's done a good job of just taking what's given to him. And that time, trying to look down the middle of the field, nothing there, so he just throws it to the near side flat, and Stearns makes kind of something out of nothing there.
Stearns gets a reception. He was 1 for 12 against Winnipeg last week. Also had a pretty decent kickoff return for 60 yards. Riders go up the middle with that one. A short gain of a couple. In the neighborhood there on that last play was Joe. Of course, local kid. We know him very well from Harry Ainley. Went down south to play his college ball. It was a 7th-round draft pick by the Riders this year out of South Florida. Also played at Clemson.
I believe his former coach, former member of the Green and Gold, Brock Ralph, is in the house as well.
He had a great week last week in his first pro game. 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown as the Riders beat Winnipeg. Here's the snap to Mason Fine. He'll drop back to center field. Now drops back even further, then flips the ball away at the last second. It's complete to Allison. He takes a hard hit as he goes across the 45 to about the 46, and it'll be 3rd down, and the Riders are forced into a kicking situation.
Yeah, Lowther's coming out. Missed a couple kicks last week or on Monday in their win against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Impressed with Fine, though, that, again, under pressure, he's stayed poised. Receivers have done a good job. He's able to chuck that ball away to Geronimo Allison. But, again, Nick Anderson, though, nice job to maintain a good position in front of Allison and prevent any more yardage. So
field goal attempt from the 52-yard line by Lowther.
Missed again.
And he's missed it. It's to the outside. He was 3 for 5 last week. Here comes the return. Oh, and a pretty hard hit right there on Javon Leake as he brings it out across the 20. So it stays 9-7 as the field goal is missed by Brett Lowther, who, as I mentioned, was 3 for 5 last week. Now 3 for 6 in the preseason. A veteran kicker. I don't think there's need for a alarm yet in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, just trying to probably instill some confidence if you're Corey Mace and your kicker. I mean, that's a 51-yard field goal in the preseason, but still, you know, your kicker missed 2 on Victoria Day. So
the law firm still in at quarterback for the Elks as McLeod Bethel Thompson gets hit as the ball comes out of his hand. And is it recovered by Saskatchewan? It looks like it is, if it's indeed ruled a pass.
Yeah, it's a turnover.
It is a turnover, so they call it a fumble before he got the pass away. And Saskatchewan's going to have absolutely spectacular field position to start this drive. Looks like they'll be inside the Edmonton 20-yard line.
It looked like McLeod, he went to throw the football and he just lost the handle. I don't think he was hit till after the ball was out of his hand. It just looked like he whiffed on the throw. He was looking to his left. Or to his right, his left, sorry. And just he followed through, and the ball just is out of his hand. Just slipped out of his hand. It's shocking.
So Saskatchewan takes over on the Edmonton 17-yard line. Mason Fine waits for the snap. He'll turn it off, hand it to Hicks, and he dances at the line of scrimmage, and he can't get anywhere as he's taken down around the 15-yard line. So give him maybe 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up for the Riders. Gain the defensive line and run stop defense. And Dave, I'll say this right now: I'll trade sacks for run stop.
Well,
you need sacks, but you can't just. They were just giving away yardage on the ground.
They were absolutely, and they've gotten some pressure on Mason Fine, who I think has handled that pressure pretty well. But yeah, I mean, when you need to see better run defense, we're seeing it.
Hickson to the left of Fine as he waits for the snap now. There it is. Fine's going to throw the ball. He does. It's caught by Picton inside the 10 before he gets taken down by Marcus Lewis on the play. One of several regulars who have traded numbers this year. Lewis, of course, 26 last year, wearing 8 this year. Kai Gray's moved to number 5. Tony Jones has moved to number 6 this year. So a few changes to what we were used to last season. Ball's inside the 10. It's 3rd and 2. And the Riders' offense stays on the field. Mason Fine now, after being in the shotgun, goes under center. Oh, somebody jumped. The inside of the Elks D-line was on top of the center. Peter Goodbar pretty quickly, and I don't know if they were drawn offside or they just had itchy trigger fingers. I bet Justin McInnes will tell us. Or will he?
Offside, Edmonton, number 76. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's Randy Charlton.
So itchy trigger fingers it is.
It is, yes.
So the Elks continue to try and defend the Conlon Motorsports red zone. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line now for Saskatchewan. Hickson jumps over to the right side now. Mason Fine looks to the left. He'll throw to the end zone, and oh, that's a nice catch. Does he hang on to it? Yes, touchdown Saskatchewan. I believe that was Keyshawn Johnson with the reception, and honestly, Saskatchewan, the way Edmonton's played, Saskatchewan has no business being where they are right now, up 13-9. 2 touchdowns off turnovers by the Elks.
Yeah, well, there it is. Turnovers. You're giving the Riders opportunities. You're gifting them opportunities. You can't field a punt because you lose it in the sun and give an easy 2-yard touchdown off a fumble recovery. And then you have the ball slip out of McLeod Bethel Thompson's hands, and you put him right in the red zone. You take an offside call on a 3rd and 2. You could have forced the Riders into a field goal situation. And Mason Fine and makes him pay with a great catch by Myers up against Kai Gray, the West nominee for most outstanding rookie last season. It's a game of mistakes, and how many times have we said this over the last couple of years or so that has really hurt the Elks? Played some good stretches.
Javon Leake with the kickoff return up just across the 31 for the Elks. 2:56 to go in the first quarter. Morley Scott along with Dave Campbell. Gord Hines down on the sidelines. Courtney Theriault and Blake Dermott will be back at halftime, which, as I say, is 2:56 away. Right now it's 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Elks. McLeod Bethel Thompson still in the game. So is Javon Leake, who stands to his left. He'll block while Thompson throws, and that's complete to Gavin Cobb across midfield inside the 50 of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
And that is the perfect catch, brought to you by the Lobster Mobsters, top quality East Coast seafood in West Edmonton Mall. In this queue at their mobile food trailer locations. For more, head to lobstermobsters.com. Jarius Jackson, offensive coordinator. Snorton Mad says, let's gash him. He did.
Ball's on the 52 of the Riders. There's the pass by Bethel Thompson again. It's complete to around the 45, but the receiver, Cobb, is pushed back on the play. I'd like to say welcome to the Lobster Mobsters, new sponsors on Elks football this season here on Chorus Radio. Conlon Motorsports also along with us. They're sponsoring the Red Zone this year, where the Elks are trying to get to. They're at the 45 right now. There's Bethel Thompson. He'll throw. That's complete to Eugene Lewis. Misses one tackler up across the 30 and gets to 35 and gets to about the 32-yard line on the play. So a little shimmy shake from Eugene Lewis, and he gets extra yards and a first down out of it.
Looked like there was a bust up front, though, as I think Javon Leake might not have been in the right spot, or maybe missed an assignment, but McLeod Bethel Thompson, that's the experience right there, and knowing where his receivers are, and found Eugene Lewis, who picks up his 3rd catch of the game.
2:22 to go in the first half. Bethel Thompson over the middle, and that goes incomplete. A little low. Kyran Moore had to go down but couldn't fish it off his shoestrings, and it's going to be second down.
Well, and there was a lick on McLeod Bethel Thompson as well. That came from Rodney Clemens, who had an excellent game on Monday against the Bombers at Mosaic, and he came right in, and the pressure was just right in the grill of Bethel Thompson. It was impressive that he got the ball off, and it was almost completed, but Clemens made McLeod throw that ball off timing.
Malik Flowers to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Eugene Lewis to the left side. That's the weak side. That's they're split wide as Bethel Thompson drops back. He's throwing, going to the end zone, but unable to catch up to it is Kyran Moore.
You know, Kyran Moore kind of hesitated a little bit. He kind of stutter stepped. So I don't know if he was just trying to adjust his route a little bit there, but if he kept going straight down the field, that has a chance to be caught for 6. But another field goal attempt coming. And this is from Dean Faithful. From 39 to the near left hash marks, or at the near left hash marks.
Faithful last year hit from 46, which was his longest. This one from 39. It's pinned, and the kick is up.
It's wide.
And it's wide to the left side, so the Elks will take the single, and they'll be down by 4 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half.
So again, a promising drive. Doesn't end in 3 this time, though. It ends in 1. And, you know, you look at McLeod's, Bethel Thompson's numbers, 13 of 19, 152 yards. The Elks as an offense have 175 yards, just a 92 for the Riders, but they're definitely leaving you wanting more in this game, even though there is some promise.
So the Riders are going to go first and 10 from their 40 after the missed field goal. Saskatchewan with a 4-point lead. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Fine hands it off, and there's the best run of the day for Hickson as he gets to the 50-yard line, and that'll be a gain of at least 10, maybe 10 and a smidge as they're going to mark it. No, they're going to put it right down on the 50, so 10 exactly and a first down for the Riders.
Yeah, best blocking up front by that O-line as well as they just or get the hole wide open for Hickson, who I'll tell you, he could be still a very key player in this offense, even with the signing of A.J. Ouellette.
Ouellette not dressed tonight. Hickson has got all the reps at running back so far in this one. There's the throw up into the air and off the fingertips of the receiver. And it will go incomplete. Myers, who has the touchdown in this game for the Riders offensively, couldn't squeeze that one. So 2nd and 10 from the 50 coming up.
And if you're the Riders, the competition to be Trevor Harris's backup. I mean, I think Mason Fine has done a pretty good job here today overall, considering that he has faced a lot of pressure. And I think he's handled that pressure pretty well.
Everyone around Saskatchewan felt happy with Shea Patterson, who went 3 for 3 for 52 yards and a touchdown last week. He'll likely play later in this game.
There you go.
Down goes the quarterback.
There you go.
First sack of the year for the Edmonton Elks. They finally get in and get the takedown. Elliott Brown, I believe, will get credit for the QBS.
Who has had just an outstanding half, as a number of defenders have, but probably none better. And great job as he starts on the end position. He's going to twist inside and not picked up. It just had a clear lane to Mason Fine. Big sack for one Elliott Brown.
That's the yin and the yang of this defense tonight. Great. They gave up 10 yards in the rush, but got it back in the quarterback sack on the next play. 3rd and 20. Now here comes the kick, and it's going to drop at the 30-yard line, and up across just to the 31 is Gavin Cobb, who was returning that one.
McLeod's going to get the whole half here, McLeod Bethel Thompson, and I'm sure he's going to the side, talking on the sidelines, and says, we got to get one in. We got to get one touchdown in.
And they got 1:21 to do it.
No, that's a lot of time, too.
They'll start this series at their 34-yard line. I believe the ball is at, 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Elks. Flowers and Lewis are split wide. Moore, Alexander, and Cobb will all be in motion. Kevin Brown's back in the game at running back. There's the pass complete to Gino. He'll get to the 39, pickup of around 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up.
The one thing we haven't seen is, the run game really factor in here. Just 23 yards rushing, but you have plays like that, those timing throws, that's an extension of the run game, and that's how you can get some yardage. And he gets 5 on that play for the 4th catch of the game for Gino Lewis.
There's a pass quickly for Lewis, and that ends up intercepted, and this is going to be more points off of a turnover as it's into the end zone for the Saskatchewan Roughriders as Antoine Brooks, the linebacker, picks it up and takes it home.
Well, Eugene Lewis is kind of looking a little perplexed here, although he's not protesting very much, although he does feel that you got to throw the challenge flag here. So let's see it again. Now, did that ball hit the ground first and then pop up?
It looked like it kind of bounced up after. We're not getting very good looks at replays here.
But even though Gino Lewis wasn't protesting too much, he was kind of looking at the sideline going, I don't think I caught the football. And we just haven't got a good angle yet. There's one right there. See, it bounced up fast.
Did it hit the ground, though, or did it bounce up off of Gino? That's, I guess, the question. It looks like they're going for the convert, so let's call it a touchdown for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And, wow. For the way the Elks have played, to have the score what it is, I feel like it's 2023 again.
You're not the only one. Sadly, this is a stadium that it's really shocked right now.
Convert is up and good, and it's a 21-10 lead for Saskatchewan now. What? 3 touchdowns off turnovers for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Just gifting them points. And like you say, it's just been, in some respects, the Elks have played better as far as moving the football and getting some nice plays on defense. But boy, the turnovers have really hurt in this football game so far, and it's from a veteran group too.
So officially, it is Antoine Brooks interception, return for a touchdown. Convert is good. It's 21-10 Saskatchewan.
Well, and this is going to be tough for Chris Jones to swallow because I believe he wanted to send a message today by having the starters play a half, seeing this team in 2 weeks again to open up the regular season. But this has been disastrous in this first half as far as just the number of mistakes, and there hasn't been many, but every one feels like it's cost the Elks.
And the kickoff returned up to the 30 inside, still on his feet and moving to the 45-yard line. Nice return by Malik Flowers, who looked like he was stopped once, but then shifted gears and kept it moving for another about 10 or 15 yards.
Well, you're kind of seeing a little bit of desperation here from the Elks. You saw it there from Malik Flowers. I mean, they want to try and get some positivity before the half, get some points here, preferably a touchdown.
21-10, Riders lead the Elks. We're in the final minute of the first half of play here at Commonwealth Stadium on what's turned out to be a pretty nice afternoon weather-wise. There's the pass to Gavin Cobb. He gets corralled and taken down at the 47-yard line. So give him 3 or 4, and it's going to be second down for Edmonton. 48 seconds to go in the first half now. Alexander, Moore, and Cobb in the middle. They'll be in motion. Kevin Brown's to the right side of MBT. Lewis and Flowers out wide. There's the pass, and that's complete to Eugene Lewis at the 40-yard line. Big reception for him, and that'll take the Elks at least into field goal position with 30 seconds to go. I think the last thing they want is another field goal right now. They've settled for field goals on several drives in this game.
They want to go down.
Four times. All their points are off field goals or a missed field goal.
I mean, McLeod Bethel-Thompson's almost at 200 yards passing for one half.
Well, I like what I've seen out of him, except for, and it's not just him, obviously, the lack of finish by the Elks offense. Here's Bethel-Thompson again, throws to inside the 25. That goes incomplete.
Intended for Flowers, who, I don't know, the way that ball was thrown, I think McLeod was expecting Flowers to cut off his route and come back to the football. A lot shallower than he did. He was very deep when he attempted to come back to the football. So this is a big second down here with 25 seconds left in the half here.
2nd and 10 from the 40. 4 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's to MBT's right. He'll throw that way. It is complete across the 35 up to the 33, and that's going to be shy of the first down as Deontez Alexander makes the reception.
I don't want a field goal here. I don't. Keep him on the field. Or keep him off the field, I mean.
I think that's what Chris Jones wants to. No, it's not what Chris Jones wants. Is the kick team, it looks like it's coming out now. Dean Faithful is going to attempt this one. And he's going to put the tee down at the 42, I believe.
A little hard to swallow, I think.
Check that, the 40.
A little hard to swallow. It's a little conservative.
12 seconds to go. 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
Chris Jones trying to, I guess, keep it as close as he can. And hey, the field goal unit's got to get work too, right?
That's true. It's just been that type of half where you're frustrated.
Kick is up and through for Dean Faithful, so they crawl a little bit closer, make it a 21-13 game now. As Faithful hits from the 40. The second half is afoot at Commonwealth Stadium, 21-13. The Riders lead the Elks, and Gavin Cobb returns the kickoff up to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Elks offense is going to go to work. An offense that was pretty productive, except for touchdowns in the first half. That was McLeod Bethel Thompson. Now it's Trey Ford, who's in at quarterback. He stands 5 yards back center to wait for the snap, and there it is. He'll look to the left and throw. That's complete across the 30 to the 32, and then diving ahead to the 35-yard line on the play is the receiver, and that'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the play for the Elks. So Trey Ford gets positive movement on Juwan Howell, the running back, out of the backfield to make the reception.
You got nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage.
My bad. Yeah, nothing. So, 2nd and 10. Ford takes a deep drop. This time he'll throw. It's complete. And that time they'll get something across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Howell again. So 2 and out for the Elks on the first drive of the football game for one Trey Ford. And the ripple effect of McLeod Bethel Thompson being signed is the reaction that, oh my goodness, Trey Ford is not the starting quarterback. And there's a lot of fans that didn't like it because of the excitement that Trey Ford brought. But honestly, I think it was the right move. Trey takes a step back, learns from a veteran, and the club hasn't given up on him.
Absolutely not. Chris Jones has said that over and over this offseason since the signing of McLeod Bethel Thompson, as the punts return back to about the 39-yard line for the Riders. And, they have plans for Trey Ford. There's no doubt about that. Trey Ford is getting something that he hasn't gotten yet in his career, and that's some tutorials from a veteran.
Yep.
He hasn't had that, and he's getting that. And I talked to him this week about that, and he says it's been great being in the quarterback room with McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Saskatchewan defensive line.
Look at this.
5-yard penalty. First down.
We're in the second half of a preseason game, folks.
Yeah, so back to my point, Trey Ford says, I'm learning lots already. And, he said, we haven't even had, we're on the field so much and in the study, in film sessions and everything, they really haven't had a lot of time to go over video and him for to ask a lot of questions. But having McLeod Bethel Thompson there has already been helpful for Trey Ford.
Well, and, the reaction to Trey Ford when the signing happened of McLeod Bethel Thompson, he was mad. He was angry. Good, because if he wasn't, I'd be worried. So he wants to be the guy, but now he can learn from someone, and I think he's taken this the right way, learning from a vet quarterback.
And he clearly made an impression last year as he rolls out to the left side now,
like
tries
this.
to get around the corner, and with speed does so and takes the ball close to midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 54. He'll be couple of yards short of the first down.
Well,
he needs to improve on things, Dave, and he knows that. And he said to me, I'm working on my footwork, and he wants to keep working on the footwork so that he's in position to throw when he sees a guy downfield, not in a position always to run when he can't. It's that third and fourth read that he has to learn to make better and make a play on.
Instead of getting to the sometimes second, but and then make a decision.
It's such a fine line too, because he's great when he takes off with the football, but that can't be his second and third choice sometimes, as we get flags flying on a play where the ball is carried up close to the first down marker at the 54-yard line.
Saskatchewan, number 90. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, that's a big one.
Well, now we're seeing more. I mean, we had 10 yards of penalties, one for each side. Took a 5-yard penalty. Of course, one costly for the Elks that led to points, but now we're starting to see a little bit more sloppy play.
We haven't heard much from Justin McInnes in the first half. I sense we're going to hear his voice a lot more in the second half as guys on the bubble who are going to drop out of the bubble or drop into the A group moving forward. They're playing now in this game for the most part. So we'll see. Guys are going to make mistakes for sure, and there's going to be probably more penalties. And there's a handoff, and absolutely nothing doing. Great play there by the Saskatchewan Roughriders as their D-line gets in and makes a play. And the Elks are going to lose on that one as Lake Cordy Moore comes in and makes a great play. Or one of a few guys who got in there for the Riders to make the play. So let's make it 2nd and 12 now. Ball's on the 41-yard line of the Riders. Ford waits for the snap, takes the drop, rolls to the right as some pressure's coming. Gets to the far side, and then he throws downfield towards the end zone. Oh, touchdown! Whoa. No, they're saying no catch at the end of it. The referee at that down at the back line says nothing doing, and it is taken away. I think is that 89 or 88? I think it's 89. Jermaine Smith who made the catch, but I don't know if they say he rolled out of bounds at the end or if he didn't hold on to it at the end. But that's exactly what we want to see Trey Ford do more of, right?
Yeah, just on the run, he got the edge on Rodney Flemons, the linebacker. And right at the end of the play, it's just saying he didn't finish it clean because the ball popped out at the end.
There it is.
You know what? I know some people might be upset about that. That's the absolute right call. He didn't finish the catch. I also thought, too, that there might have been a little bit of a push-off as well to allow him to make that catch.
Another field goal. This one from the 49 is up and through. And Dean Faithful has hit that one. So the Elks get 3 more, and for everything that's gone wrong, it's only a 21-16 game. I don't know. I know, be quiet. Jack Cohen in at quarterback now for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and he's finding out about a Canadian Football League sack right now as he goes down about 6 yards back of the line of scrimmage.
I think it's going to be credited to Sam Achenpong.
Cohen out of the Notre Dame University.
I'll tell you, Michael Broderick, who's now in to the game at middle linebacker, the Elks' first-round pick from 23. He was first in on the scene and good support in behind him. And I believe it'll be Jackson that'll get the sack.
A loss of 6, second and 16 for Cohen, who now stands just inside his 30 to wait for the snap. There it is. Motion starts. He's looking right. He's looking left. And somebody got their big frying pan-sized hand up there and gets the knockdown for the Elks. And it'll be time to kick it away for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Well, like I said, this becomes a different football game because you're going to see so many more personnel substitutions and players that are trying to make the roster, and that's a good start for this defense as Joe Jackson gets a sack and a knockdown in 2 plays.
And whistles and flags come out here now, and I mean that's what it's all about, is making plays in preseason games.
Saskatchewan, number 42. It's 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
you don't get a lot of time, right?
No.
And you have to take advantage of it when it comes. And Joe Jackson's done it.
And if you don't make an impression in this game, the pressure heightens in the third week of preseason and in your second game.
After the penalty, here comes the kick.
Oh,
Good kick.
Great kick.
And it goes through the arms of the returner and rolls right back towards the goal line. And that is Travis Rudolph.
Awful decision by Rudolph, just casually trying to catch that football over his shoulder.
And Trey Ford will be standing in his own end zone now to take the next snap when we come back. 21-16, the Riders lead the Elks. We're just a casual 108 yards to go for Trey Ford and the offense as they start this series on their own 2-yard line. There's a quick pass to the 10-yard line, so at least they get out of a little bit of trouble here.
Well, that's an 80-yard punt from Korsak.
Wow, that got the nice bounce, too.
And Rudolph, I mean, what he probably should have done, I mean, he's backpedaling, he's trying to field the football. Maybe you should have just let it go over your head and go catch up to it. But that was a heck of a kick from Adam Korsak.
Cole McDonald is in for short yardage now. He'll sneak under center, and he'll push himself ahead, and I think he'll roll to his right to get enough.
We get our first clean exchange on short yardage. 8:25 to go in the game.
If you've seen the new look end zones here at Commonwealth Stadium, it's in honor of 75 years. We call it old-timey football, I believe.
I like it.
I do too. They got the diagonal stripes in the end zone.
It's football.
Pittsburgh Steelers have that. I know. I'm a Steelers fan, and I noticed that's the first thing that I thought of. But
as long as they don't play like the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm okay with it.
It looks pretty cool. So that's going to be there throughout, I believe, the 75th anniversary season. Many great things like that are going to be happening. There's a run up the middle, and not much doing. A lot of physicality there on the ball carrier. Trying to pick up the number to see who that is.
Howell again,
who's still in the game. So he's going to lose a couple, it looks like. They're going to mark him 2nd and 12.
Yeah.
2nd and 12 from the 11-yard line. Forwards at Howell to his right. He'll take the snap. He looks downfield and throws, and that is complete to Herje Mayala, who takes it at the 41. That gets the Elks out of a whole lot of trouble. First down Edmonton as they move the ball up to their own 40-yard line, and that's a huge sigh of relief.
Herje Mayala signed for some insurance, a veteran Canadian receiver, and a pass over the middle. A nice job of this little post pattern, skinny post to the middle of the field, and that's a nice job by Mayala to adjust to the throw from Ford. A little bit off, maybe a little bit low, but Mayala all kinds of room and great job to look that ball in.
And there's the ball to the right side across the 45-yard line on the completion. So the Elks keep chipping away. Ball gets to the 45 where they'll mark it. Actually looks like closer to the 46-yard line on the far right hash marks. That's going to make it, give him 6, make it 2nd and 4 on the play as Gavin Cobb receives that one. Snap forward with the handoff, and it's the Riders' defensive line's turn to get in quickly and take down the ball carrier. Nothing doing on that one. Looks like it'll stay to go move to 3rd and 4, and Jake Julian's coming out to kick it away.
This drive's going to end, but nice throw, though, from Trey Ford to Mayala that get him out of the shadows of their own goalpost. But now, we're seeing the substitutions come in, and you just never know what you're going to get. And right now, the front 7 D-line of the Riders winning the battle up front against the depth of the Elks O-line that's in the game right now.
High kick from Julian. It'll drop down at the 10-yard line, about the 18-yard line. It looked like it kind of slowed down, and then diving in to get a hold of it and go down with it is Dante Myers.
This has now turned to a slug.
Yes, and there's like 150 players in this game, and they're starting to substitute like crazy now. So.
Yeah.
Jack Cohn takes the snap. He delivers deep downfield, up into the air, and that's knocked away. Nice defensive play by the Elks on the corner. And that'll be an incompletion. I think that's Keyshawn Walker, 29 into the game for the Elks.
Step for step. And nice job just to get his hands up in the air and knock that ball down.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10, under 5 to play here in the third quarter. Riders up by 5. Elks have literally given this game away so far. All 3 touchdowns coming off turnovers. There's the pass to the far side. It is complete, but there'll be no gain, or not much of a gain, if anything, for the Riders on the pass. Going to the running back, Bertrand Houdon, out of the backfield. Let's go down to the sidelines now and bring in Gord Hines, brought to you by Heartland Ford, big city inventory, small town pricing. Gord, I know you want to talk about that long drive that the Elks started deep in their own zone.
Yeah, even though they didn't get any points at the end of that, I think that could be considered a success. Getting out of the end zone, shadow your goalpost, getting first downs is what they need. They did that and regained the field position in this game.
And it'll put them certainly in better field position for this series, which will start around the 42 or 43-yard line after the kick return. The offense, led by Trey Ford, coming back onto the field. We'll see what they do when we come back. Under 4 to play in the third quarter from Commonwealth. It's a 5-point lead for the Riders over the Elks. This says to me on Instagram, I'm listening on Kissin', but I'm not sure if I got the right game. The Elks are playing great, but the score says the Riders are winning. It's not a bad explanation to wrap up the game. The Elks have done a lot of things right in this game. They've also given the ball away 3 times that have led to touchdowns. They haven't done a lot wrong, but everything they have done wrong has been fatal for them in this game. 6-yard gain there for the Riders. It's 2nd and 4 now. For the Elks. Ball's on the 52-yard line. Ford has Cameron Peoples to his left at running back. He'll block while Ford throws. That's complete to Gavin Cobb, and he'll get to about the 43, and it's a first down for the Elks.
Well, when you're working with the B group, you're building chemistry with new players, with new receivers. Gavin Cobb's part of the B group. They played together quite a bit in the starting group last year. You can just tell the chemistry is there. Great release off the line. Cobb cutting to the middle of the field, and a nice throw on a rope from Trey Ford.
Of course, Cobb on the other end of one of those great Trey Ford plays last year, the game in Toronto, and Ford ran around forever, it seemed, got free, and then hit Cobb in the end zone for the
Edmonton,
touchdown.
Number 60, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And Shane Richards in the game now at right tackle, former first overall pick of the Argos back in 2019.
Mentioned the stripes in the end zone on the field. That's not the only thing on the field. There's also a black 57 in both end zones. We lost a legend this week in the world of the Double E. Condolences to the family and friends and former teammates of Eric Upton, who passed away on Thursday. 10 years a member of the Green and Gold, and one of the few members of the 5-in-a-row team, guys who are on every one of the 5-in-a-row teams. So worked with Eric when we both worked at the Oilers. Just a great guy to be around, great sense of humor, and certainly RIP to number 57. And it's nice to see the Elks honoring him on the field for this game tonight. Moment of silence before the game in honor of Eric Upton as well. Second and 1 for the Elks, and I think that's Lowe back into the game now. Trey Whitner Lowe, the third. He goes under center and gets a little bit better push and then some help from behind as well. So I think he should have it. As the Elks will now set up shop, first down at around, I think, the 32. it's been a long time. Yesterday we were talking to Chris Jones about that short yardage job, and you know, he doesn't like to look back, but he looked back to the season opener last year and said, hey, those plays may have changed our season in the first game where they couldn't get in from the 1 yard line on 3 cracks. And he really says it's got to be more effective this year. It was the back half of last year when Taylor Cornelius took over that role, but they've got to have somebody who they can count on to do that this year. They got the job done there by Lowe, and it's first down. Ford, he'll throw. That's complete across the 30 to the 25, and out of bounds at the 21-yard line is Herji Mayala, who makes the reception, and I think that'll be good for a first down for the Elks. Yeah, first down for the Elks. They're just 1 yard outside of the Conlon Motorsports red zone.
Yeah, you got a veteran playing here deep in the third quarter in the second half, and Herji Mayala, who, again, as I mentioned earlier, signed as a bit of an insurance policy. Wasn't known at the time. It was signed in late April. Wasn't known if Curly Gittins Jr. could be ready for training camp. Of course, he is, but still, Mayala is someone that is valuable to this roster potentially.
And then that one goes to the end zone and ends up going incomplete. Mayala, 5th year in the CFL, was in Montreal last year. I believe he released, though, before they got to the playoffs. Not a member of the Grey Cup team, but
end of the year in Hamilton.
Spent some time in Hamilton as well, and started in Calgary, right? I believe.
Yes.
And,
former first-round pick.
After they drafted him. So it's
Pass interference, Saskatchewan, number 18. Spot of the foul, first down.
And the spot of the foul is the 2 yard line. So Chris Jones, I think he's just going to go with a short yardage crew, is he?
I think so. Yeah, here comes McDonald.
He told us yesterday when we were talking about it that if they were short and second down and short, he was just going to go for it 2 times to get the first down if they had to. So now they're first and goal from the 2 yard line, and he's got Cole McDonald in, who will take the ball, push forward, doesn't get the end zone, but probably gets the 1, maybe. We'll see where the spot is after they peel everybody apart down to our left underneath the goalposts. This is the second preseason game for the Riders. Their next game will be right back here at Commonwealth Stadium, June 8th, in the season opener for both clubs. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Man, there's some great stuff going on around the stadium. Going to be some great new activations by the Elks be put in place for that game. Of course, so many alumni are going to be here as well. Here's McDonald again. No, it's Lowe this time in, and he'll get into the end zone for a touchdown. And they're up, Edmonton. Touchdown Elks. And they'll take the lead against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Woodrow Trey Lowe III.
And a flag after the touchdown. So likely applied on the kickoff, or we'll see. But I tell you, good second effort from Lowe, though. He was stopped initially and just kept working to find the seam, and he found it. And we've waited a long time for the first touchdown of the game from the Elks.
We have misconduct foul against Saskatchewan, number 26. That 15 yards will be applied on the kickoff.
So, remember, the Riders walking a tightrope now with a misconduct foul. That would be Godfrey Onyeka, former member of the Green and Gold.
22-21, the Elks take the lead. We'll see if Dean Faithful can make it a 2-point lead. And he does. Convert's good. It's 23-21. The Elks lead the Saskatchewan Roughriders here at Commonwealth Stadium in this preseason game. The third quarter has come to a close, and it's come to a close on a good note with a touchdown from the Elks from Woodrow Trey Lowe.
Iron Moore, 25.
Dink and dunk be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the kickoff from Faithful. That's going to go deep to the 5-yard line. And the returner slips at the 10 and slides to the 15-yard line. And that's where they will start. That's Deontay Myers with the return. And let me correct myself. That was not Dean Faithful on the kickoff. That was Elks draft pick Vincent Blanchard getting his first taste of CFL action in this one. A draft pick from this year.
Great career with Laval, Rouge-Or. Recently at the Patriots rookie minicamp, but extremely accurate kicker.
94% last year with Laval. So, yeah. Got a ring or two there, I believe. There, you go to Laval, you get a ring. That's just what happens, right? It seems. There's the handoff by the Riders. There's a pass, and it goes to the 20. I got fooled on that one, but the Elks defense didn't. And we'll see where they mark that one. Going to be a gain about 5, maybe 6 yards on that one. We've got the ball down on the 21-yard line, 2nd and 5, so 5 officially for the Riders. There's a snap to Shea Patterson now in at quarterback. He throws. Oh, what a great catch on the far side at the 38-yard line. In tight coverage and going up to get it was Dante Myers.
Well, just climbed the ladder.
Wow.
Did Myers. And the coverage was actually pretty good from the Elks, but just a great job from Myers just to, again, sky that one. Well, you know what? There's a little bit of a gap given up by that defender. He was about a yard off of Myers, but still a nice job by Patterson to get the ball over that defender enough that Myers could just climb the ladder and grab it.
Riders down by 2. They're 1st and 10 from the 39. Patterson throwing again. He's got a man open downfield. That's complete across the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and that's complete for Saskatchewan, and it'll be a first down for the Riders again. Joe Robustelli with the reception.
I think they're going after Kaishawn Walker on the corner there. Yeah.
And that takes them to the 36-yard line.
Or excuse me, that's a lot of players in the game right now. Now that was Donnie Lewis Jr.
Rider receivers cluster to the left side of the line. There's the handoff moving forward, and a gain of maybe about, probably a little over 5, maybe 6 on the play for Saskatchewan. And that was Bertrand Hudon with the carry. And we got an injured Elk player. I believe we do. Looks like Jacob Plamondon now has taken a knee. His right arm is just kind of dangling, so I don't know if that's an arm or shoulder, maybe a stinger.
Just another.
I'm not a doctor. I just play one on the radio, but that's my diagnosis. We'll do.
Fumble.
Shea Patterson scrambles to the right side and drops the football while he's running, but it looks like in a mad scramble on the far side, he might have recovered it. Officials are talking it over, but it looks like it's going to stay Saskatchewan football.
Offense still on the field for the Riders.
It is 3rd down, though, so they're going to try a field goal attempt. But, man, it was a mad scramble for the football on the far side of the field. There looked like more green than white over there, but White came up with the football. Lowther, who's 0 for 1 today, will try this one from the 47-yard line. He's missed from 52, so no gimmies for the veteran in this one. He'll say, give me that one, though. 3 points on the board, and the Riders take the lead, 24-23 with a field goal. 15 to go in the 4th quarter. Edmonton football, 1st and 10 from the 40. Trey Ford staying in the game. He's 9 for 10 for 102 yards. He's ran once for 8. He's throwing here. That's complete across the 45 to about the 46-yard line on the play. And that will be take it to the 46, so it'll be about 3 yards short. And we'll see what Ford comes up with. We were led to believe that Ford, Dave, was going to play just the third quarter.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit in the second, but they went with McLeod Bethel-Thompson for the first half.
Yeah,
so
Jared Daigie's up next.
Trey's getting more time than I think Chris Jones banked on, and maybe that's because he wants to win the game. There's the pass, and is that complete? It's looks like it is, and a nice catch by Smith.
That's a gutsy throw from Trey Ford. But he got it in there. He grooved it into Smith,
who kind of had a touchdown catch earlier in the game. He got called back as he just could not hang on to it in the back of the end zone. He's, of course, familiar to the CFL fan. Played 2019 for 3 games in Ottawa. 8 catches for 87 yards, but getting another look here several years later with the Elks. 9:57 to go. First down, Edmonton from the 53-yard line. Ford drops back, looks to the right side, and throws. He's got a man. Oh, had a man open, but a nice defensive play there by the Riders. Nick Harper reached his hand in and got a hold of that one at the last second to knock it down.
Yeah, I give him credit. It looked like that was a nice throw from Ford to Rudolph. But that was just a great play by Harper just to cut that off.
So make it 2nd and 10 now from the 53 on the Elks side of center field. 4 receivers to the left side for Ford. He's in the pocket. He's going to take off now, really take off for the first time tonight. He gets up across the 50 to the 45-yard line. First down for the Elks, courtesy of Trey Ford's feet.
And that is what gets people on their feet. And Trey Ford not hesitant at all. Doesn't like what he sees, but he sees, oh, look at all that green grass on the right-hand side. Takes all of it. Gets himself 12 yards on that play.
1st and 10 now from the 44 for the Elks. Cameron Peoples in at running back. He stands to the right of Ford. And Ford pulls the ball away from him, then throws, and that's complete. Fumble! Riders picking up another turnover by the Elks. And the Riders will carry the ball up towards the 50-yard line. And the Elks offense turns it over again. And again, it's Kosi Onyeka who's at the other end of it. He's got the touchdown on a punt fumble. And now he's got the ball back in the Riders' hands offensively after recovering that. 4th
turnover of the game for the Elks. I believe that was the fullback now in the game in Bradley Halatic. And just, I look like that was pretty close to you, Gord Hines, there. Did the helmet kind of hit pop the football out, or did Halatic kind of casually have that football in his hands and not secured enough?
That just seemed like maybe a bit of lack of focus and not securing the ball before you're trying to get downfield. That's the first rule after you catch it. You got to secure the ball.
That's Gord Hines down on the sidelines for Heartland Ford. There's the snap, and the Riders will move it up close to the 45 again. Nice job by the Elks defense swarming the ball carrier, maybe a yard on the play. Our homegrown feature tonight is, we're looking at a guy who is kind of from around here, born in Brooks, but went to school at Harry Ainley, and he is, I don't think he's got the ball tonight. He had a great week last week. We're talking about Joe who was drafted by the Riders this year and has played pretty well.
4 catches, 5 targets for 62 yards last week, and a touchdown average, 15.5 yards per catch. But former member of the Harry Ainley Titans in town.
And here's a big carry and a slide by the quarterback, Shea Patterson, to the 50-yard line, and that'll be good for a first down for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
And Joe, he wanted to get the attention of the NCAA, so he transferred to Clearwater Academy International in Florida in his grade 11 year. That was a prep school that it's not uncommon for Canadian football players to go to garner NCAA attention. And from there, he signed at Clemson University, played 22 games, made 8 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown from 20 to 22, but then transferred to South Florida University. Just played 1 game, missed the rest of the season due to a hernia injury. Finished off his college career at Garden City Community College. 17 catches, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was a 4th-round selection of the Riders in the most recent draft.
And I imagine a lot of friends and relatives in the crowd today watching him play for the Riders. Our homegrown features brought to you by DeKalb, ready to be your #1 canola seed. Riders rushed the ball up to the 37-yard line. I believe it was the fullback Ratkovic with the carry. And so it's first and 10 from the 37. Patterson will turn around and hand it right back to Ratkovic, and he is swarmed. But he'll get about 3 or 4 as he gets inside the 35 to maybe the 33-yard line. Ratkovic had 6 carries for 40 yards against Winnipeg, also had a catch for 9 yards, so he was busy in their first preseason game. Riders got some time now to kill, because they'll have 2 weeks before the regular season begins here against the Elks. That's going to be a good night. The Elks honor their 14 Grey Cup championship teams. There's going to be so many alumni here to take part in that. Looking forward to seeing so many people we haven't seen for a long time. Patterson gets away from some pressure, goes downfield and throws. That's incomplete, as he tried to get it to the receiver around the 20-yard line or so. There's going to be a great autograph session with all the alumni, which is going to be taking place in the field house. The Elks Fan Park will debut. The tailgate. I was out there at the tailgate before it started today and saw some people. That is awesome out there. I know you were out there when it was in full motion, Dave. I didn't see that, but I saw the anticipation, and everybody's real excited about the tailgate and what a great setup they have for this year. It's expanded, bigger and better, and is just kind of moved north from where it was the last several years. And looks like that's going to be a fun place to be.
Yeah. And consider even 2 weeks from now, I mean, we're going to have tickets are going very well for that home opener.
Field goal from the 41 goes wide, and that's going to drop in for a single. So Brett Lowther continues to struggle a little bit as he misses that one. He's missed 2 tonight. He missed 2 last week in the preseason as well. It's a 2-point game now, 25-23. The Riders lead the Elks. Jared Dagey is in charge now for the Elks at quarterback. He'll take the first snap, drops back, and throwing immediately, and it's complete. Close to the 50-yard line and close to a first down for the Elks. So Jared Dagey not shy coming out for his first crack at things in the preseason.
Had an excellent preseason last year in Calgary in a half of football, then got hurt, but then came in relief duty in week 3 against the Argos. Looked good, got a start a week later in Ottawa against the Red Blacks. That was a bit of an up and down game. Saw some, time against the Hamilton Tiger Cats in a game that kind of went lopsided quickly in early July.
He's running and then throwing to Herge Mayala, who makes the reception, and that'll take it close to a first down. It's going to be a couple of yards shy. Shane Hooks was at the other end of that pass out of Auburn University, the first pass, and then Mayala with this one, and looks like it's going to be a yard.
And Dagey's path here is going to be interesting because McLeod Bethel Thompson's the starter, Trey Ford's the backup. Likely Cole McDonald's the short yardage quarterback. Where does that leave Jared Dagey?
Leaves him 2nd and 3, Dave.
There you go.
He takes the snap and hands the ball off to Cameron Peoples, and he'll get stuffed. Maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And what will Chris Jones do here? Jared Dagey might be a 3rd-string quarterback that's not dressed, right?
That could be.
He could be 3rd on the depth chart as far as 3 away from starting, but because they want that short yardage guy in the game. And again, we talked about it earlier, how important Chris Jones' emphasis he's really putting on that short yardage job. So we'll see how it plays out. Still lots of time to go on training camp as it is 3rd and 2 now, and Dagey is in the gun. Takes the snap and throws, and it's complete. And that'll be a first down for the Edmonton Elks as it goes into the arms of John Franklin Jr. with the reception. First down, Edmonton at the 45-yard line as we hit the 3-minute warning. Brought to you by Japanese Village. Save $10 on all certified Angus beef New York steak dinners. For details, visit JV Edmonton. 3 for 23 yards so far since he has entered the football game. He's trying to engineer a game-winning drive. Elks down by 2. They're 1st and 10 from the Saskatchewan 46-yard line. Dagey waits for the snap. Pressure's coming. He'll throw. That's complete at the 40-yard line. And that'll be good for a handful for Herge Mayala,
who is now tied now for the leading receiver on the Elks, 63 yards with one Gavin Cobb. So a good showing for a CFL veteran receiver trying to establish himself on the Elks roster.
Two guys kind of competing for the same job, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Good showing by both. 6 yards there, 2nd and 4. Ball's on the 40. There's the snap. Daggy, pressure's coming again. He gets it away, and that goes incomplete. And he took a wallop there.
Yeah, he shook up pretty good. His coming up the middle was Caleb Sanders, who's been, if you're on the Rider side of things, you got to be pretty happy with what you've seen out of Caleb Sanders. Been very active. But it looks like Daggy's okay. So is this a field goal or is this a punt?
It looks like it's a field goal attempt, and
that Blanchard?
It's Blanchard who's going to take it.
Okay, show us that big leg, kid.
Frying pan to the fire for the youngster, as he was a draft pick of the Elks this year. Came to camp late after being at the Giants rookie camp, I believe it was, and he's now the whistle comes as he's about to kick it away. It's a 47-yarder, and the Riders trying to freeze out the rookie. Elks have 5 field goals already in this game.
And if Blanchard is successful, this would give the Elks the lead.
2:16 on the clock, so we got ourselves a finish. I won't say it's just the preseason. It's been a pretty entertaining game today. Honestly, and I know I got green and gold colored glasses on, but if the Elks hang on to the football, they're running away with this one.
I agree.
They've given away this football game if they don't win it.
I think there's some things you like a lot that we haven't seen on this team for a while. And they're able to advance the football quickly. It's just, it's back to the fundamentals, the timing, getting rid of those silly little errors. How many times is McLeod Bethel Thompson going to have a football slip out of his hands, for goodness sakes? So here we go. Blanchard for the lead.
From the 47 for the rookie. Ball is pinned, kick is up, and he's got it. That's a nice start for Blanchard, Vincent Blanchard, with the field goal that puts the Elks in front. 2:12 to go in this football game. It's now 26-25, Edmonton leading Saskatchewan.
And the Elks sideline showing him some love, including the man who's going to be handling the field goals when the regular season starts. It's Boris Beatty,
who went 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah.
They've got, what did I say? 6 field goals from 3 different kickers tonight. Dean Faithful with 1 miss among his opportunities. Beatty hit from 41 and 40 and then took a seat for the rest of the day.
Could we see 3 kickers, not on the roster, but within the roster? Dean Faithful.
As it stands right now, you're keeping Vince Blanchard because of his youth and everything, and maybe a PR spot. And right now, you got to keep Dean Faithful because you need some insurance for the global spot, which is going to be Tevamaga Clements. But if he gets hurt, they got no one else to put in there right now. So, there's some maneuvering that must be done on the Elks roster involving the kickers, that's for sure. Blanchard's going to kick this one off now. And it's a low kick, but man, it's got some distance inside the 10. It's picked up and up across the 20 to the 25, the 30. And flags fly as he goes out of bounds across the 45. And into the Elks bench. And again, that's Dante Myers with the carry.
Holding, Saskatchewan, number 38. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
That might be the first, it's not the first special teams penalty, but I think it's the first penalty on a return for either team.
Which is kind of surprising, actually.
It is.
With guys there's so many guys in this game, especially on special teams, who've never played in the CFL and are still trying to figure out what the halo is and no yards and all that stuff. All right, to the 25-yard line to start. 2:05 to go. The Elks with a 1-point lead, 26-25 over the Riders. Shea Patterson takes the snap. Short drop, he'll throw to the far side. That is complete across the 30, and it is the running back taking it out of bounds. Ratkovich again, and that's good for a first down for the Riders. Ball's to the 35-yard line. Under 2 to play now. 1 point lead. Elks clinging to it here. Patterson will take the snap. 3 receivers to the left side. He's in some trouble. Spins away from some pressure. He's got 3 Elks chasing him as he throws it downfield. It goes incomplete. Elks in the backfield for that one for Shea Patterson.
Solid pressure there by the Elks D-line. They just keep it up. That's been pretty consistent, and we saw it all through camp is the D-line, even the front 7, very active and in the backfield very, very quickly. Jacob Holmunden, I think he might be back in the football game. I think that was him on that rush.
Eric Black also in the game. He was in the starting lineup tonight, but he's back in the game now late in the fourth quarter. Patterson drops back, steps up to the pocket, throws, and it goes incomplete, but that'll go down as a drop for Johnson as he can't squeeze it. Scott Hutter right beside him as the ball arrived.
I don't think Keyshawn Johnson was expecting the football because Patterson stepped up, kind of quickly went to his right, and Johnson was kind of in an area where Patterson had to go across his body, like really tight angle across his body, and I think Johnson was going, really?
Flowers and Franklin back to receive the kick as the Riders will punt it away with 1:50 to go and a 1 point lead for the Elks. And it's going to go to Flowers on the far side. He bobbles it, picks it up, then drops it, and the Riders recover it at the 32-yard line.
We're going to see a lot of players in camp just holding footballs on the sidelines this week. That's the 5th turnover.
Wow. And with 1:40 to go, the Riders are on the Edmonton 32-yard line with all they need is a field goal to win it.
Well, he dropped it, picked it up, and then got stripped. Quite the adventure, and already the Riders are in field goal range.
Oh, now we get whistles.
Are we getting it?
I don't see flags. Is the
No.
command center chiming in here, I wonder? Justin McKinnon should fill us in if he deems us worthy. And I don't think he does. All right. 1st and 10 from the 32. 100 seconds left in the game as there's the handoff up the middle. Riders will just try and keep the ball on the ground, move the ball forward as much as they can, and get set for Brett Lowther, who hasn't had a great afternoon but can wear the hero's hat going home. Carried to the 29-yard line. 1:35 now to go. Patterson waits for the snap. He's going to throw this one, and it is complete to Allison, and he gets across the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Geronimo Allison with the reception for the Riders, and now the Elks, with everything they got, will be defending the Conlon Motorsports red zone.
Timeout,
Conlon Motorsports.
Edmonton.
Conlon Motorsports, they'll help you get out there. Visit one of Conlon Motorsports' 4 locations across Alberta or online at conlonmotorsports.ca.
So now it's a test for the Riders on offense led by Shea Patterson. You got to manage the clock well here in this situation. But, I mean, this is...
All the Riders have to do is hold on to the football and win the game, right? With the field goal. At the 17 now, 1st and 10. believe that's Clint Ratkovich in the backfield. And he's going to get the football, put his head down as he hits the pile. He'll get inside the 15. Man. So in the final 2 minutes, the Elks with the lead, getting the football back. All they have to do is probably get a couple of first downs, and they'd be able to nurse it to the finish line. Instead, the punt gets fumbled for the second time tonight. And it's Saskatchewan football, and with 60 seconds now on the clock, they're poised to win this one if they can carry on. Ball's at the 14, 2nd and 7. Patterson in the gun, Ratkovich beside him. He'll escape from the backfield. Patterson will run to the top of the pocket, then gets hit as he goes down at around the 15. So we'll maybe lose a yard, but
you can tell it's preseason. You can tell it's preseason because you're in field goal range. You're 2nd and 7, and you have your quarterback drop back to pass. That wouldn't happen in 2 weeks.
Field goal attempt from the 23-yard line to win it. 39 seconds to go. The Elks should get the ball back, but they won't have much time left as Lowther's going to let the clock run down as far as he possibly can. Ball is pinned, kick is up. Saskatchewan has the lead. Brett Lowther with the field goal, 23 yards. And Saskatchewan takes a 28-26 lead. And if the Elks are going to win their first preseason game at home since 2019, they're going to have to create some magic in the final 23 seconds.
Well, if the Elks end up losing this game, which is looking quite likely now, there are many times over the last 3 years that we have said, how in the world did they lose this football game? Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty simple today. 5 turnovers.
And 4 of them into points, I think. 3 touchdowns and that field goal, right?
Yep. It's simple. I mean, you got a Elks team that has almost had 400 yards of offense, and a Riders team that hasn't even got to 200 yet.
Yeah. What was the score at half? As I look back.
Score at half was
21-13 for Saskatchewan.
It should have been
the Elks defense. The Elks defense hadn't given up a point.
Well,
and they were losing 21-13.
And then you're settling for field goals, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So there's the ball up the sidelines on the return now, out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. That's Gavin Cobb on the far side. So it's a long porch for Jared Nagy to work with.
Well, the ball's at the 33. So you're definitely looking for something over the middle. But I mean, you gotta get this ball upfield fast.
You got maybe two plays to get into field position, right?
Yep.
Into field goal position. 1st and 10 from the 33, 18 seconds on the clock. You got to work, and you got to work fast. Daigie waits for the snap. There it is. He'll drop back. Pressure's coming. He steps to the top of the pocket. He'll throw. He's got a man open.
Wow.
And that is to the 50-yard line on Saskatchewan side of center field. There is life in the preseason for the Edmonton Elks. Sergi Mayala with the catch, and the Elks are at the Saskatchewan 50.
Incredible.
12 seconds left.
Yeah, Sergi Mayala knowing where to be. A veteran of 5 seasons in the CFL. Found the right spot.
There's the pass. This time it goes incomplete, so it's down to 4 seconds, and
you're kicking
57-yard field goal.
You're kicking a 57-yard field goal. You are.
And the kid's coming out to do it.
Vincent Blanchard. It's preseason, but it's your moment, kid. Chance to win the game on a 57-yard field goal straight away. Split the fairway.
From Quebec City, Quebec, from Laval University, 57 yards to win it or lose it for Vincent Blanchard. There's the snap. The ball is pinned. The ball is up. It's going. It's going. It's wide. A valiant effort falls short for the Edmonton Elks. Tough position to put Vincent Blanchard in. His 57-yard field goal misses. Had the distance, had more than enough distance on it, but he missed it to the right, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders will win this one with a single point, 28-27.